have Habida yet to hit the stage here on 10 over 10, so you want to stay tuned and keep tweeting using the hashtag 10over10. Time for us to have a discussion now, and we had posted this on Twitter earlier, and we're getting a lot of feedback, so thank you for sharing your views. Remember, we've been talking about the message of core truth, but statistics have told us time and time again that young people are not protecting themselves if they are sexually active. We want to find out if that's actually true, why that is, and how we can fix that. I have a panel of beautiful people here to help me discuss this. And so I'm going to have them introduce themselves, starting with the beautiful young lady.
Hi, everyone. My name is Roberta Bobby, and I'm an erotic blogger, and I write about relationships and sex.
You're an erotic blogger?
Yes.
Meshika? Expound. Go ahead and expound.
I'm an erotic blogger. I write about sex and...
Okay. We can move on. Thank you.
Hi guys. My name is Angela Meshak, and I'm a chastity campaigner from Campus Heart. Thank you.
Okay, also expound yourself.
Well, basically, we're all about creating awareness about HIV and AIDS and how to prevent, especially when it comes to the youth. So that's what we're all about.
So this means abstinence?
Abstinence.
No sex?
Yeah.
Complete?
Yeah.
No sex? Okay. All right. And last, the gentleman?
Okay. I'm MC Baridi. I'm from Blast Campus Art under NEFAC and NASCOP. I'm a national prevention officer. I talk about sex and prevention, yeah.
And prevention of?
Prevention, if you have to do sex, you have to use protection.
Okay, okay. All right, so here's the thing, right? We've heard these statistics time and time again, that young people are not scared of catching diseases anymore. People are not scared of HIV. You find queues at the chemists on, after the weekend, after big holidays. People are buying P2. People are just, out there having fun and not really caring about the consequences. And the HIV rates and STI rates are going up and up and up. And yet it doesn't seem to faze some people. So we want to find out why that is. Why do you think people are so lax about their sexuality these days?
I think it's because the problem hasn't become, like, it's not near them. They feel like it's far-fetched, so it doesn't really affect them directly. Up until when it affects them maybe is when they feel like, okay, so this thing is real. But sex has become so casual. It's so easy to get. It's something that's happening everywhere. So it's not really, and then right now when you're having sex, you're cool. So it's the in thing, so really it's not fazing people.
Is that why you decided to open up an erotic blog? Because it's cool and it's the in thing? I'm curious.
When I started writing about sex, it's because I realized people want to talk about it. They just don't know how to. They don't know how to get. They don't know who wants to talk about it with them. So I realized that the moment I started making my blog about sex, the feedback was amazing. So
you were talking about your own experiences?
Mostly, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, and you have enough to make a blog, so that must have a lot of experience.
Oh, my mom is watching.
No, I mean, listen, you have a blog. It's out there in the world. It's bigger than your mom at this point.
Yeah.
The world.
Yes,
see that for what it is.
Yeah.
I'm going to move on. Same question. Why do you think people are so lax about not being concerned about diseases, about HIV, about any of the consequences that come after sexual activity?
Well, from my point of view, I think it's because many people are going to Western. Like, we're losing grip of our African culture, the religious culture. Like, we're all entitled to live in a chaste life. But the more people get out of hand, I don't know, it just seems like it's something normal and they can do it anytime. But at the end of the day, we need to get a grip of ourselves, come back to our culture. Let us talk things that make sense. Let us live lives that are going to glorify God. So that's what
are you
it's all
a virgin
about.
then?
I would tell you that in your inbox.
It's a valid question. I mean, if you're promoting abstinence,
yeah,
it's only right that we ask you these questions.
Well, I would say.
That you are?
Yeah.
Okay. So is it a religious thing for you? Is it?
Personally, from the religious aspect, makes a lot of sense. But at the end of the day, it's about why would you do something that you're not proud of doing in front of your parents or anyone? Before marriage, nobody feels like they're doing the right thing. That's why they hide. That's why they do it away from people. So that sanctity of knowing that I'm not doing the right thing at the right time. There's always a time for everything, even in the Bible. So you uphold your chastity and you wait for the right time, then you can have all the fun.
And the right time is after marriage?
After marriage.
Okay. All right. MC Barigi, I want you to respond to what she just said, because you're not against people being sexually active, you just want them to protect themselves. So what do you have to say about what she just said?
No, ma. Okay. I can respond to what she's saying, and somehow I feel so much, I support her, but I not support her fully, but I support her. In 2016 only, we get 35,000 new infection in Kenya. Same 2015, we got 14,000 death cases, age 15 to 24, these young people. And most of them were born, some of them got it on the way. Now, from January till now I'm speaking to you, I've lost 6 people who are HIV positive. It's a national disaster to me. It's a hard thing to me. And we really need to talk about it. We really need to talk about it. And I'm supporting her because also there are some people outside there that are watching her that believe that sex is good after marriage. Sex is not good before marriage. But there are people that they know I have to date. And I have to secure my relationship through sexual intercourse. That one, I tell you that if you can take your partner, go to the test and know each other, and if you know your partner is abstaining and you're abstaining, please try to use protection. But if it's a must that you, and the other part, we have also another part that they see sex that there's nothing. They can have it on the matatu, they can have it on the arboretum, toilets, you know. They can have it anywhere. So please, if you know you are most at risk having sex everywhere, please try to get how you can prevent yourself. And that's why I'm here to make sure that we really need to speak to young people. We really need to speak to this nation, because these are the leaders of today, not tomorrow. Yeah.
Agreed. Right. Roberta, yeah, I'm curious, when you're running your blog and you're talking about sexual fantasies and eroticism, do you ever talk about the after effects, the consequences that we're discussing here? I mean, diseases and pregnancy and all that. You know, there's the stuff nobody wants to talk about. Do you talk about that?
Yes, I do include the consequences of sex. I don't just try to make people feel like sex is amazing, sex is good, which it is, but I try to show them that this is the consequences. Right now, I'm working with different organizations and associations like Generation Next, Campus Heart, and in these organizations, basically, we're trying to curb the prevalence of HIV and STIs and anything related to that. So, as people are reading my blogs, they get something from it. They get that, yes, I'm having sex, and sex is amazing, and sex is this, but
let her finish her thought.
But there's a but, guys.
Yeah, there's a but.
But you need to be safe. If you have to have sex, you need to be safe. You need to take care of yourself. You need to make sure you know the consequences. Because HIV is growing at an, it's extreme. It's crazy.
So let me ask you this, what's the disconnect? What is it that people don't seem to really grasp these consequences are real? As in, like you were saying, you know, you've lost 6 people between the beginning of this year and now to HIV. Like, what is it about young people that are just not getting it?
Honestly, I feel like we're not being talked to enough. And we're not being talked to not just by, I feel like the generation before us cannot really connect with us. They're scared to talk about sex. They're scared to tell us, any condom, this is what you need to do. This is, so people are having sex because they've heard from their friends there's P2, there's birth control, there's all these other things. They're so relaxed with having to do these other things other than just use condoms. Because our parents, you can't even approach your parents and tell them about, So I feel like that's where the disconnect is, communication between maybe generations, and the people who can talk about it, people like me, maybe the outreach is not as far as we would love it to be, but we're working on it. We're getting there.
I understand that. Angela, do you think it's realistic for a young person in this society being faced with all types of pressures and temptations and you know, even your peers are doing it? I mean, do you think it's realistic to just say, I'm not going to have sex till marriage in today, in 2017, with everything that's going on?
Well, I won't lie about that. I know it's a bit hard. It's difficult, especially for teenagers. But here's the catch. There's so much more you can do other than thinking about sex. Like, I like quoting my favorite scholar, Napoleon. He talks about sex mutation, entire thing, in the, I think, the 4th chapter. And he says, if only you can redirect. You see, you have the urge to have a sexual contact and the pleasure that comes along. If only you can redirect all that into coming up with something positive. Look at us. We are all youth. We are vibrant. We are so energetic. So instead of wasting our time sleeping around, instead of, plowing up for a beautiful future, why don't you just bring up all that entire urge, the desire, open up a business, do something with your talent, sing, dance, do other things that will be of benefit to you in the future. So it all starts in the mind. You decide, I'm going to wear this, you decide, I'm going to talk this way, and these are my friends. The same way you can decide, I'm done with sex. There's a whole lot, there's more beauty to life. There's a whole lot more to life than just sex.
I appreciate that. Definitely, you know, showing the alternatives is a positive message. And Sibaridi, you know, we put up on Twitter about, you know, young people these days are more scared of getting pregnant than they are of, you know, getting HIV or other STIs. What would you say to someone whose mindset is there? As in, I don't care if I get sick. People these days are living for a long time, you know. But if I get pregnant, then there's evidence.
Sex is sweet, right? Okay, when I was here last time, I asked ladies, anyone who has a condom here. But I found that most of the people, they don't carry condom when they're going to visit their boyfriend.
Maybe you can ask again.
Lady, nani ako na CD? Condom? Okay, now what... Joy, what is, according to me, really young people fear pregnancy than HIV. And that's why we came up with this platform called Blast under Campus Art to reach into all universities in Kenya. And as I sit here, 10 million youths are looking for me or looking at me to transform their lives. What is happening is tradition. Tradition is the worst enemy of civilization, and that's why these things are happening right now. Sex is real to our young people. And I want to tell you something, that when you're HIV positive, there's drugs. And these drugs, I'll repeat again and again, they're not easy to take. They are hard. You'll take them in the morning, you'll take them lunchtime, you'll take them in the evening, and if they TB drugs, you'll take TB drugs, and they have side effects. Sometimes you'll be sleeping, unaota, unakimbizwa na chura. So when you are HIV negative, please try to stay. Why this thing is happening? Because of our parents. There's no parents, they don't want to talk about these things with their kids. Parents are too busy. They are too busy in chama, some of them too busy. I don't know what they're doing. But if you're a parent and you cannot have one-to-one or one-on-one talk with your kid, then you are not going to have any generation next. If you go to high school, see what is happening there. If you go to university, see what is happening there. And the only thing that can help this nation so that we can go to the next level is what you are doing right now. You see, you keep these people busy. They are dancing. Wakisha toka hapa, they'll be tired. They'll go home and sleep.
Okay. So, coming back to Roberta, what was the response to you opening the blog and speaking about these issues that are not spoken about?
Actually, people are really happy with my blog. So far, I haven't received any...
Maybe you can share the blog, actually. There's people asking on Twitter.
There's a link on my Instagram bio. My Instagram is Roberta Bobby. Roberta Bobby, R-O-B-E-R-T-T-A.
And then your followers double at the end of tonight.
Roberta Bobby, R-O-B-E-R-T-T-A. B-O-B-B-I-E, everywhere on social media. There's links on every bio of mine. It's called Bobby Bomb. If you want to search on Google, it'll pop up. Yeah, so I haven't really received any negative feedback. People are actually really happy. I think it's what people want to read because it's fun and it's about sex. So I haven't really had someone say, no, don't write this, don't. Because there's a time my mom was at the office and people were talking about my blog. And then they called her like, kuja usome, kuja uone nini naandikwa. And she goes and she's like, ini blog ya mtoi wangu, you know. So even people of that age are reading my work. So I think it's nice.
So I'm going to ask you to respond to Angela's earlier comment, just like MC Bobby responded to it.
Yeah.
And you know, she said life is about much more than sex. There's other activities that you can engage in with your mind. You need to redirect your mind and things like that. Do you believe in that school of thought?
I'm not against her beliefs because I think every individual has their own mindset, and if you're for sex, then you're for sex. You need to be protective towards yourself and everyone around you. And if you believe you need to be chaste and you need to redirect your mind towards things that do not involve sex, then you go. But I think it's okay. I think it's a personal decision. I have nothing against it. Yeah.
Angela, how are you able to speak to people who have differing opinions to yours? Because there are people who are just like, listen, this is the life I'm living. I don't want to be judged. You and your chastity can go sit in the corner. I mean, these are realities that are people in each corner. And there are people who believe like you do as well. But how do you kind of get that person on board the abstinence train?
Thanks for the opportunity. Well, I would say my stronghold is on God. You know, as human beings, we all know for one good reason, we are born to die. At some point of life, we are all bound to die. So I meet this reckless person who doesn't care, like I can go sleep around, I can have all the sex I want. Then I tell them, see, at the end of the day, you know, there's a place called heaven and hell. Where would you rather be, you know? You know, people are so absent-minded. They don't want to care about the repercussions. That's why we're living in a life where I don't care, but at the end of the day, you have to pay a price. We also call it karma. Whatever you do comes back around to you. Would you be happy when your babies are out there having sex? Even as a youth, you wouldn't be happy. So why are you out there doing the same thing? The other thing, like, there are many examples, beautiful examples to follow, especially in the Bible. There's more to do. There's more beauty in chastity. There's more beauty in being after God, going after God's heart. There's more beauty in just being serene, knowing that you're at peace with yourself. One thing about the people who have multiple sexual partners, you know, at the end of the day, you don't know who's going to call you for a date and you're needed in another date, you know. But when you have this peace of mind, I'm doing the right thing, this is how I want my life to be, this is where I envision myself to be 10 years down the line, let me put my effort there. Because then again, Joy, you come and ask yourself, if you're able to uphold chastity until you're a teenager, because I believe most of us, many people here, if at all they engaged into sexual relationships, it was in their teenage. If you're able to uphold chastity for 12 years, there are others who engage later on in their teenage, then why is it so hard to uphold for a little longer before you get married? You'll be stuck to this person and you'll live like 40 or 50 years with them. So why waste your time? You have a beautiful marriage life awaiting you. Just uphold it. Make your partner be proud of you.
Roberta is smiling. I don't know why. I don't know what's going through your mind right now. I'm watching your reaction. And do you have something to say before I move to Bobby?
Because I think we need to be realistic. People are having sex. Sex is happening from people who are 10 years old. People are having sex. So I feel like my approach towards this whole thing is, so since it's happening, how can we control it? It's happening. It's there. I think out of every 100 people, there's only maybe one of her. Right now in this generation.
Okay, yeah. I get what you're saying.
So
we probably have more than 100 people here. So how many are Team Angela? 1, 2. We have a couple. Okay. Wangapi ni Team Roberta? Team Roberta. All right. Sawa. Bobby, what is it? I'm sorry. What is it going to take for us to take this seriously? For this generation to, change our mindsets on how we think about the consequences?
Okay. If you know you're having sex, even right now, some people are having sex.
Not like this second.
Not here, but outside there, right? You're sure, huh? So if you know you're having sex, or if you're watching me, and you know that you are having sex, not now, but you have been having sex, tafadhali, what I can advise you to do, try to use protection. If you can't, abstain. I'm not going to talk, I'm a Christian, I'm born again, but at the position I am, I'm talking to people, some of them does not believe in God. Some of them are Muslims. Some of them are Hindus. So when I talk to you, I know that there are people outside there that you don't believe in God, you don't believe in anything, but what you believe is you believe that you are having sex.
That's your religion.
Yes. So try, if you know you are engaging into sex, try to prevent yourself. First, it is not about only HIV. When you're having sex with these men, some men, they don't even wash their private part clean. Some men... Yes, some men are not circumcised. And all these things, you are carrying something. Some men, you are going to get, as a lady, you are going to get cervical cancer. You are going to get a lot of things in your body. Some of you, you'll have a problem when you want to give birth, now when you want to settle. And that's how we start having a problem with your husband in the house. That now, mother-in-law anataka mtoto, na mtoto wako ulishawacha kitambo. Maybe that egg that you have, that's going to produce that kid, you're using it right now. And you're going to use that E-pill, OP2, to remove that thing and flush it out. And then, you'll stay 60, 70 years. God is funny. God will make you to stay and watch it and cry until the last time. So don't look at it, it's only HIV virus, but look at your health. As men, and also I want to tell ladies, I'm a man. If I have sex with you today, kesho, nitakuwa nimekusahau. Yes. So I want to tell you something. If you want a man, ladies, if you want a man to chase you, or if you want a man to follow you, kangumu kidogo.
It's true. Actually, he brings up a good point. And
Funga, zip it.
When in the issue of sponsors, because this generation, guys, relax, this generation is heavy on the sponsor phenomenon, and we've talked about that here on the show before. And so you're busy there with a sponsor who's paying for whatever, your education, buying your car, an apartment. It doesn't matter what he's paying for, but you feel like now you have to return the favor by doing whatever he wants, meaning having unprotected sex. You don't know that you're just one of a few. Hata ukiwa na apartment Kilimani, kuna mwingine ako nayo Westlands, somewhere else in another place. So that's a very valid point that you bring up. We're going to take some final comments. Angela, I'll take your final comments on this issue for young people watching who believe like you and those who don't, of how it is that, we can live to see all those many years and be proud of the life that we lived.
Well, thanks again for the opportunity. What I'd love to tell people, especially the youth, let us live meaningful and purposeful lives. Let us live lives that are there to glorify God, because we are all from a Creator. It doesn't matter the religion. We all know we should have a positive religious relationship with our God. Sex is here, it was there, and it's here. It's never gonna end. You're not the first person, you're not the last person. Can you gang up all that energy and make the best use of yourself right now? Invest in the future. Our country, we need more tycoons. We need more people appearing in the Forbes magazine. We need more religious people, you know. Do something better. It's only, when do people get married? Late 20s. So I can imagine from high school, that's from 18 to 20-something. You're just holding up for a couple of 7 years. That's so short. You're able to do that. So carry on, be the best you can be, and just be God-centered all the time.
It took us to church, definitely. Roberta, for those who are engaging in sex, like you said, you know, sex is enjoyable in the right, you know, frame of being, I guess, in a committed relationship and such. There are people who believe that it's all right and you should explore and enjoy yourself. So your final comments on this?
I think people need to talk to each other. You need to create relationships whereby you can talk to your family, you can talk to your friends, you can talk to people who can help you throughout your sexual life, whether you're having sex or not. Do not be afraid. You need to know more about condoms. You need to know about HIV. You need to create a relationship where you can talk about these things, you know. Because you people are scared. Okay, let me say us, because I'm part of you. We're scared, but you see, we're the ones who are suffering. You have no one to tell about maybe even condoms, ama you're scared, your mom will beat you, all those things. If you're doing it, just stay safe. There is no harm in staying safe. Do not be embarrassed about having sex. Stay safe. Jipange.
Kuwa true.
Kuwa true.
Kuwa true. Kuwa true. All right, thank you so much to our panelists for dropping some real information on us. Sorry, I was calling you Bobby. Her last name is Bobby, so Baridi, MC Baridi Pole. I do have some gifts for the best dressed today. We told you that we were going to let people online select who they think is best dressed tonight, and our floor manager Malik is going to give me the tickets because you are winning a pair of movie tickets courtesy of Movie Jabba. Movie Jabba is all about pop culture, entertainment and such. So a pair of tickets for you to go enjoy a movie with somebody that you like. This gentleman right here, come on through, come on through. All right, let me just come and stand right in the middle so the camera can get the full effect. All right. Okay. All right. So first of all, tell us your name and where you're from. I don't know. I want to guess where you're from because I'm a Kamba myself. I don't know. Yellow imetokelezea sana. But tell us your name and where you're from.
El Presidente.
Where are you from?
From Utala.
You're from Utala.
Yeah.
Tell us about this look. Why you chose it.
First and foremost, I like official. It boosts your courage. Yeah, when you are not confident, when you have official, you just find yourself confident.
So if you are confident mbaya.
Yeah.
Uko true. Umekuwa true. All right.
And then I have to say thank you, a big thank you to Fred Aduo. He's the guy who has dressed me like this.
Hey.
He's my designer.
Well, the people at home looked at it. They saw the brightness. I saw the brightness, and so you're our best dressed today. So you're winning 2 movie tickets to go watch a movie at Century IMAX Garden City on Thika Road. It's the latest theater in town, and you're going to have a good time. Do you have somebody to take?
Yeah.
Okay. Just making sure, because since you're confident, you could have also asked somebody here, but you already have someone.
Yeah, I have someone.
Okay. Here you go. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And thank you very much. El Presidente. All right. Willis is standing by with some trending topics, so we're going to head over to that next, but much more coming up here on 10 over 10.
All right, of course, a lot of information here, a lot of